A month after a memorable Road to Le Mans, Michelin Le Mans Cup returns at the Circuit Paul Ricard in the south of France for the third round of the season. After two race weekends in GT3, we have two Porsches, an Aston Martin, a Ferrari and a Honda in the top five of the championship.
It's a great championship. I wanted to be GT3 racing this year. The circuits are really good circuits. It's a great opportunity. We're racing at Mans is fantastic, but racing here in Paul Ricard, at Spa, Portimao. So these are really good big tracks. They suit the GT3 cars really well. It's a competitive field. The standard and the level is quite high, and so yeah, for me it was obvious to come and race in Europe and race Le Mans Cup.
We limited the damage in Le Mans. We're still very much in the championship hunt, and I hope that remains the case here in Le Castellet. We know sometimes it can get pretty heated on track, so we've got to be cautious. And if we manage to do that, we should be able to score some good points. We'll try and win, of course, but big points will be really important here. Team Virage leads in LMP3 with their number 16 car. CD Sports number 2, only 4 points adrift. We're collecting points, and so we're second in the standings. We had a great pole in Le Mans, that was fantastic. The average level is impressive, more than 40 cars on the grid. That's what I was looking for, and I found it here thanks to the Michelin Le Mans Cup.
LMM really created a complete ladder for the young kids who are getting out of go-karts or are just leaving small single-seaters and who wants to build a career in endurance. It's a nice story for us as well to have started to work with Gillian in GSP4, in the European Series, to win together and then to go in Le Mans Cup together and to fight for the front. We really believed in this project and we went fully into it, and it's been a successful bet.
As we're in France, our drivers were invited by Michelin-starred chef Fabien Ferret to Hotel du Castellet for a gourmet dinner.
The world of cooking is very similar to the world of cars. It's a passionate profession with a constant quest for excellence, stressful conditions, a desire to excel and to reach for the stars.
When we decide to create this event with Frédéric, we would like to have a special moment to continue to create this great atmosphere that we have around the Michelin Le Mans Cup.
Our LMP3 pole sitter, Adrian Keeler for Cool Racing. And in GT3, it's Hiroshi Hamaguchi for Iron Lynx, who starts at the front. Ready to go racing here in Le Castellet. Sweltering conditions for 2 hours of red-hot action. A big field of LMP3 cars and GT3 machinery ready to take on everything that Le Castellet can throw at them. Field being paced by Adrian Keeler for Cool Racing. He's on the right-hand side of the picture in the grey and blue car. Neat start down the inside. CD Sport locked out row 2 of the grid. The two red and yellow machines being cautious into the first corner. So easy to make mistakes. Cars are off on the inside. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars down at the first turn, all in trouble. Battle for second place. With the orange highlights, MV2S, the red and yellow CD Sport down in third, and more cars off on the inside here. Those brightly coloured stripes are extremely abrasive. They won't do your tyres any good at all. That's an A, of course, of Ferrari 83, that's Charles-Henri Samani.
Safety car deployed, safety car deployed.
Not a surprise, clear up operations behind the safety car at the beginning of the race. There's always a bottleneck, that first corner chicane. There's Miguel Cristobal at M Racing. Back to green flag racing. Quick clear up because there was no damage and the cars are all moved. So we go back to racing once more. And it is Cool Racing again, leading them across the line. Ajahn Keeler. Good restart from him. Some big gaps opening up in the field though. That's not great news. Drivers can give away so much time with a poor restart that they'll never be able to make up. There's the Thor Racing Machine right in the middle of the top 10, 8th place for them. 9th place battle behind, John Melcombe for Nielsen and Oscar Bitar of Team Virage. Down the inside comes the Nielsen car, a little wriggle. And Melcombe has to take to the runoff area. They'll have to give that place back and try again. Nielsen Racing's Tony Wells in 4th in the blue car. There's Alexander Bukatsov for DKR Engineering with the orange highlights. He's giving chase as they come down into the Double Droite du Beausset, the long, never-ending right-hander. So easy to make a mistake. Battle for 6th place here in GT3. Thomas Anderson under pressure from the red Ferrari of Hiroshi Koizumi. And he sneaks through on the inside. No, the Honda has the advantage as they go left. Under Robani, the Aston Martin with red highlights, leading GT3 from Gabriele Rindoni for Leipert Motorsport in a Lamborghini and Hiroshi Hamaguchi in the Iron Linked car. And there's trouble for John Melcombe, the Nielsen Racing driver, facing the wrong way. Let's take a look again. It was the battle for 12th place and a slightly ambitious attack from James Sweetnam in the Graf Racing 39 car turned around John Melcombe. In GT3, this is moved from Hiroshi Koizumi. There, of course, the driver finally getting by Thomas Anderson's Honda for 6th. Battle for 5th in LMP3. There you can see the blue car of Tony Wells. Nielsen Racing under pressure from Julien Gerby in the Team Virage entry. Goes around the outside, down to the inside, into the right-hander. That's a really strong move. And he will have the slight toe of the car in front as they get onto the Mistral straight. Big moment here for Gabriele Rindoni in the Leipert Motorsport Lamborghini in 2nd in GT3. And again, this is Gerhard Watzinger, the 2nd Leipert car. Here's our race leader, Ajahn Keeler, easing away now at the front of the field, despite the fact that he's getting to the traffic first. In 2nd spot is Matthias Leuten for MV2S, now nearly 4 seconds back. Problems here for Thomas Anderson, GMB Motorsport Honda driver. Lots of oversteer. That's out of the final corner. Hiroshi Koizumi now on the attack, right behind Alex Martin in the Team Parker Racing Porsche. Koizumi having a good opening stint in this A, of course, a Ferrari. Tony Wells in the blue car down to turn 1. This is a replay of the change for 6th place. Fabian Michel in the CD Sport car going round the outside. Michel started 4th. Tony Wells started in 6th place. And here's the Virage car of Julien Gerby under pressure from the better of the 2 CD Sport cars.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow is deployed. Full course yellow is deployed.
The reason for the full course yellow, debris on the long, fast Mistral straight. And cars running over that might be in a lot of trouble when they get to the super fast senior corner. And the debris is from Ben Stones into Europol car. Contact on the first lap. And that looks like the end of the race. What a shame for the team. And this is some of the debris being thrown up at high speed coming into senior, not what the cars need. Modern carbon fibre composite bodywork shreds into needle-like shards, and those can easily lacerate a tyre. So under full course yellow, the marshals working hard to clear up the approach to senior, which is a super fast corner full of commitment.
3, 2, 1, full course yellow is now removed.
Back immediately to green flag racing. Wherever you are on the circuit, you're straight back to green. We're an hour and 10 minutes from the end here, so approaching the opening of the pit stop window potentially for a lot of these cars and drivers. Julian Gerby right behind MV2S Racing's Matthias Leuten. Matthias in second place. Trouble for Matthias Leuten, dropping back. There goes the CD Sport car for third. And the MV2S car that started on the front row pulling over, not going to make it to the pit stops. Trouble here for, well, Thomas Anderson again in the GMB Motorsport Honda, having a really torrid time. Anderson into the pits. Fuel going in, it'll definitely need new tyres. Simon Birch in the background there, you can see him helmeted up, he's ready to change. Alexander Bukantsov with the orange highlights, the DKR driver under pressure for fourth place. Fabian Michel in the CD Sport car, the yellow and red, oh, big spin down the inside. Asking too much of his tyres, under braking and trouble right in front of him. That's George Nakas, the Aussie, the Graf Racing car, and more trouble for Michel. Just as well, he's heading for the pits. Those tyres will be good for nothing after that.
Full course yellow, full course yellow.
Trouble for Racing Spirit of Le Mans, Christian Gysi.
Bear right at T10, bear right at T10. We have debris on track. Marshall going to collect it.
So this is going to trigger a slew of pit stops, and there is the damaged Oscar Bitar Team Virage. Sister car is in the pits, Julian Gerby handing over to Guillaume Orion. Adrian Keeler, the race leader. He needs to get into the pits while the full course yellow is out. And here is Arnaud Robin, our GT3 leader. Valentin Asseclo will take over from him. Cedric Alchamar is in Cool Racing's 87 car, ready to head back out into the action. Battle the second in LMP3 after the stops. Guillaume Orion attacking Franck Chapard in the CD Sport car straight down the inside, and the door is open. And Jamie Winslow for DKR Engineering with the orange highlights, looking to try and go through as well, and he does. Chapard there in the CD Sport car, losing 2 spots. He's only just come out of the pits. Not yet really up to speed. Frank Chapard under pressure now from Nielsen's Josh Skelton, the number 7 car. This is for 4th place. Josh taking over the car from Tony Wells, up the inside into senior, that's brave. Cracking stuff from Josh Skelton in the blue Nielsen car. A move like that in senior, not for the faint-hearted.
Full course yellow is deployed, full course yellow is deployed. Turn 1, please bear right. Turn 1, please bear right.
Back to green flag racing, the orange number 3 car, DKR, that's 3rd place. Jamie Winslow under pressure from the blue Nielsen car of Josh Skelton. And the Nielsen car perfectly poised to try and make a lunge down into turn 1. They've got a couple of slower cars before them. And no move there. But Skelton now looking to go the long way round the outside. That's a brave move. Can he cut back down underneath? Yes, he does. So he goes through for 3rd place. But that is going to leave him exposed on the Mistral. Jamie Winslow towing along in the slipstream behind him. Up they come to senior, and he's gone through. So the positions change back. Fifth and 6th right behind. 1st and 2nd have changed places. It's now Virage leading from Cool Racing, and this is the battle for 3rd. It is all arms and elbows with 43 minutes remaining here in Le Castellet. And here comes the 360 Racing CD Sport Team Thor into Europol. This is all of our leaders in a massive bunch. Gillian Oriol leading for Virage from Cedric Ultramar at Cool Racing, and this battle continues to thrill. Half a second behind them, the dark blue car. That's Tommy Foster from 360, then CD Sport and Team Thor right behind them as well as they work their way through the GT3 traffic. Fantastic action here in LMP3 and in GT3. James Winslow, Josh Skelton for the final podium spot at the moment, but the leaders are not escaping. Skelton looking around the outside into turn one, can't make it work there. And look at the Team Thor car, the white and blue has just made up 2 places. That's Colin Noble. Fantastic stuff. Noble battling with CD Sports' Kirill Small. And he is closing in fast on James Winslow and Josh Skelton. Kirill Small in the red and yellow, and Tommy Foster in the dark blue car right behind in the queue as well. Kirill Small having a little look at Colin Noble. Oh, in trouble. Small and Noble both go round, and Kirill Small in all sorts of trouble there, and that's a gimme for CD Sports' second car and the United car, and that was Kirill Small being a little ambitious. Tommy Foster avoids the drama. United's Wayne Boyd and Frank Shepard in the second CD Sport car come through into the pit lane, and that is probably the end of a strong result for the number 7 Nielsen car. James Winslow in 3rd place, but Tommy Foster for 360 right behind him. Another battle of the Brits, and it looks like maybe a loose wheel on the front of the number 7 car. In GT3, the action continues, and this is Brendan Leitch for Leipert Motorsport attacking Scott Mulvern in the Team Parker Racing Porsche. The battle for 7th place. Lamborghini driver all over the back of the number 18 Porsche. Can't find a way through though. The Kiwi looking outside and inside. But Scott Mulvern keeping the door firmly shut. Jamie Winslow still hanging on to 3rd place. Just ahead of Tommy Foster. 2 British drivers battling head to head. They are slowing each other down though as they attack and counter-attack up the inside. Tommy Foster, does he get it done? Yes, he does. Jamie Winslow comes back on. Well, he can't keep that place by going off track like that. He needs to hand it back. I'm not sure he's seeing it quite the same way. Oh, and around the final corner, Virage Dupont. They come side by side down the start-finish line. Tommy Foster, the dark blue car, with the inside line down to turn 1. Can he brake late enough? Can he control it? Turns in shallow, but he has 3rd place, at least for the moment. They've got a lapped United car right behind them. Colin Noble in 5th place, not too far behind. You can see flashes of the white and blue Team Thor car. It's about 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds down the road. A little bobble there for Tommy Foster. He's really pushing hard, and James Winslow is right with him now. He'll pick up a fantastic tow on the Mistral. There's Colin Noble down the inside of Jamie Winslow. He goes through for 4th place. Team Thor, the Icelandic-based team, continuing to push on. Car was started by the team boss, Alden Gudmundsson, and Colin Noble really working well here. They started in 8th place, and he is up to 4th. James Winslow right behind. Oh, in trouble! And that is 24/7 Motorsports' Lewis Hamilton Smith, and another full course yellow. Here's our GT3 leader, Valentin Asiclo, racing Spirit Le Mans in the Aston Martin. Oh, and he stopped dead. Absolutely stopped dead, just pulled over and stopped. Well, he's got it fired up again. Oh, that's the Leipert Motorsport car of Patrick Kujala, the Finn, That is the new GT3 leader, and you can understand why he passed the stationary Aston. You are allowed to pass stationary cars, not moving cars, under full course yellow. So there is a change for the lead, and 10 minutes of racing, well, less, probably after the full course yellow has pulled in, remain. That's a bit of a disaster for some reason there. The Aston pulling over and stopping. Back to green flag racing. Final 10 minutes of action here in Le Castellet. Race leader in LMP3, Guillaume for Team Virage. Championship leader, they won the opening race of the season in Barcelona, had less luck, Julien Gerby particularly being the magnet for others when they're at Road to Le Mans. Battle for fourth place, Jamie Winslow, the orange and blue DKR, the white and blue, Colin Noble for Team 4. We're going to get a little closer to the podium, pick up a few more points here. And sells the dummy down the short chute into the final corner. He's on the inside. Through he goes. Well, Colin Noble, that was a very good move. Super experienced. Lots of years racing these LMP3 cars with Nielsen. Trouble for Murphy's Prototypes. That's their Czech driver, Dan Schotterpol. Gets it going again. Battle for third place. Anders Fjordbach in the HRC with Caffeine 6 Porsche, and Vincent Abril in the Iron Lynx Lamborghini right behind him. Fjordbach with 2 podium finishes last time out in the Road to Le Mans, led both races into the closing stages, but the BMWs had better pace. Here it looks like the Lamborghini is using the toe. Can he get by? Vincent Abril does. Very experienced GT3 racer, Vincent. Up to third place he goes in the closing minutes of the race. And the battles continue up and down the order. Cool Racing watching Cedric Ultramar under pressure from Tommy Foster. This is for second place. And the Team Thor car of Colin Noble is close behind as well. If Cedric Ultramar makes a mistake here, then Cool Racing could slip off the podium entirely. Last lap of the race, Guillaume Orion leading, and a 3-car battle for the remaining podium spots. As to the final corner, Guillaume Orion for Team Virage, claiming win number 2 after victory in Barcelona. They are victorious in Le Castellet. Julien Gerby, Guillaume Orion and Team Virage, there's Gerby. Leipert Motorsport claim victory in GT3, the first win for a Lamborghini. While Team Virage, Cool Racing and Team Thor ended up on the podium. And in GT3, victory for Leipert Motorsport, ahead of Racing Spirit Le Mans and Iron Lynx. Red hot racing in absolutely sweltering conditions in Le Castellet, one that all the teams and drivers will remember.
That was an amazing race. We took the choice to use the new tires for free practice too, so we had less good tires than the others. But yeah, we managed to keep the gap and we win. So I'm super happy.
It wasn't all over. Post-race, 360 Racing received a 10-second time penalty, promoting Team Thor's Alden Gudmundsson and Colin Noble into third spot. So Team Thor now lies second in the championship, but Team Virage accelerating away in the lead.
Well, it was very good. I had a good start from P3 to P2. I looked even at the P1 I tried, but I kept it safe and then tried to keep, steady laps, and was thinking for the long of the race, really.
I would say luck was on our side, but we were pushing all the way. If we didn't push, the Aston, even if he had the problem, he would have stayed in front. So, yeah, never give up. You never know what can happen, and today was the perfect example.
2 Lamborghinis and an Aston Martin on the podium. Patrick Ujala and Gabriele Rondone are our winners for Leipzig Motorsport, and that moves them up to 3rd place in the championship. 10 behind HCR with Caffeine 6, who are 10 behind Racing Spirit of Le Mans. As we head to our next race, Motorland Aragon in Spain at the end of August.